everyone, this is Jenny, and I'm here to talk to you today about Park Min-gyu's recently translated novel, Pavane for a Dead Princess. And I'm really excited to talk to you guys about this story today because Park Min-gyu is actually one of my favorite contemporary Korean writers. I think a lot of his stories really touch on a lot of issues of modern society and also modern Korean society, and this book was no exception, and it's definitely one of my favorite books that I read this year. So the story is set in 1980s Korea. The narrator is taking some time off of school because he decided he wants to be a writer, but his life isn't really going anywhere. His stories are all kind of failing, and through a friend he ends up getting a part-time job at a department store parking lot. And while he's working there, he meets a friend. His name is Johan, and he falls in love with one of his co-workers, who is very, very ugly. And so the story mostly centers on these three characters and their relationships with one another, their conversations, sort of different events that they have together in their youth. And so I guess in many ways, it's a sort of a typical coming-of-age story / love story, but in many ways it really isn't. And I don't want to get too much into the plot of the story because I think that it's not really the point. And so I just want to talk to you guys about why I really loved this story. I think that, first of all, just to say, this was in no way a happy story. It wasn't trying to be a sad story in any way either. It's not trying to be tragic or anything of the sort. But what I did feel while reading is that the author, Park Min-gyu, is really presenting you these characters in such a way that he's really trying to give you as authentic, as a presentation as he can. And so, he's giving you these characters, their ugly sides, their nice sides, their, all of these layers to their personalities are all kind of just given to you. And so I guess I would call it, in that sense, it's very brutally honest. So the story, I would say a major theme of this book is loneliness, and not really about how we deal with loneliness, but more of just loneliness as a part of life, and the relationships that we form with other people, and the shortcomings that we have when trying to form relationships with other people, whether it be friendship or romantic, even with your own parents, for example. How you will always have some sort of barrier that you can't really quite overcome. So no matter how hard we try to understand the other person, or how much we think that they understand us, there's this idea that there will always be a gap. I think this is a theme that comes up a lot in contemporary Korean literature, and it's definitely a major theme in this book. So another thing I really enjoyed about this book were some of the questions that were brought up throughout the novel. Usually the narrator and his friend Johan have conversations, and they talk a lot about the meaning of life, or why is life so strange? Why are humans so strange? They question a lot about why things are the way that they are, and why do things have to be this way? What's really going on? What are the reasons for why these things are going on? They give their own sort of interpretations about society, social constructs of sorts. So this ranges anywhere from, talking about appearances and why we're so fixated on beauty, and talking about, idols, famous people, why we love them, why we gravitate towards them, what makes them so much better than us. This sort of idea. Also talking in general the meaning of life. Johann brings up a lot of really interesting opinions, and like I said, it sort of goes with the idea that in no way is the author trying to make things seem more beautiful than they are. But I felt in a way that was it was a very authentic portrayal of life, and specifically these youth, adolescence. You're questioning everything. Nothing really makes sense, and it's something that it sort of continues throughout life, and we just sort of learn that that's the way things are, and then maybe we just stop questioning them, right? But reading this book, it really makes me feel like there are certain things that are important for us to keep questions that are important for us to keep asking. And why do we have to hurt other people? What are really our motives when we're forming relationships with people? Are we really trying to help them, trying to connect with them, or are we in some way being selfish? Do things not bother us really because we don't, we're not judging, it's not a problem that affects us, or is it really just because we're only thinking about ourselves, and we're not really thinking about the other person? A lot of times that's the case, and I think some of these things are things I hadn't thought about before, and so reading this book, I really appreciated having some of these questions, put forward in such a way that you really can't turn away. That's the thing with this book. Things may get ugly, but there's something in it that you can't turn away. You have to sort of keep looking, keep you want trying to figure things out. And so I think that's something that definitely makes this a really worthy read. That concludes my book review on Park Min-gyu's novel, Pavane for a Dead Princess. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and more than anything, I really hope that this convinces you to go and check out the book and read for yourself what it is I'm talking about. There's a big plot twist at the end that I would love to talk to you guys about, but I really think you guys should read it. I don't want to give you any spoilers, and there's so much that's going on in the book. It was really hard to pick what to talk about because I could just go on forever and ever. Like I said, it brings up a lot of really, really great questions, and it's something that I will definitely, things that I will definitely be thinking about for a really long time, and I think it's really stayed in me, and so I really hope that you guys go and read it too. Okay, well, thank you again. Bye!